But that reminds me, I don't know how well you got to know Eric from Palaces.
Yeah, we're just now getting to know those guys. Like we've played what 3 shows with them now.
Yeah, well, so how this got started with me is I love those guys. Like they're like right here in my heart.
I can see why. Yeah, they're like genuinely good dudes. You can tell.
Yeah, big time. And they've been on this show in some shape or form before, especially JB. We did an interview with him.
Yeah.
But they were talking you guys up and saying you got to check these guys out. They're insane. And then, sure enough, I did, and just to get it out of the way, I'm totally hooked. That's all I listen to is Guilt Shrine this month,
Cool.
and
Awesome.
and it's not even a contest, but Into the Wilderness is like my favorite song out of everything, not just a Generation of Vipers.
Oh, thanks, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. That's
By a
really,
long shot, man. We'll get into it, but oh man, the riff in the beginning. When it starts going into the faster part of that, oh man, it just gets me so pumped. I was trying to learn it the other day. Is it drop D?
It's in drop B tuning.
Drop C?
Drop B.
Oh, drop B. That's why I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, most of our songs are in that tuning for whatever reason. We sort of settled on that.
You know, I'm a guitar player, but I talk real dumb when I talk about guitar because I feel like I don't know anything about it in terms of like tunings. But is it kind of like, you know how drop D is standard, except you tune down the E string to D?
Yeah.
Is it sort of like everything else is standard but dropped, and then your drop B is the same as your D string, I guess?
It's similar. It's like everything kind of gets dropped. I think I'm bad at this stuff too. I think it basically everything gets dropped like 2 whole steps, and then that low E string gets dropped again. So it's kind of like if you took drop B, and tuned everything down a couple notes.
You said it better than I was trying to say it. Yeah, that's
I don't even know if it's even all that accurate, to be honest with you.
So we'll get into it. I definitely have some questions about it. Just a huge fan of it. I didn't get it really into the earlier stuff yet, but maybe we can talk about that too. But first, where are you guys from? Am I right to say you're from Tennessee?
yeah, East Tennessee. Like me and Josh are in Knoxville, and Travis is in Johnson City.
Oh, that's cool. You ever run into Ben Eller?
Yeah.
Oh, him walking down the street recently. Yeah.
He's been on too.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
I love him too. I've been a fan of his for probably over a decade, but reached out to him when he played for Mastodon in the Dominican Republic for that one show, and so he was really nice to come on, talk about how crazy that experience is. And speaking of, I hear that Bill Kelleher, that was another reason I turned you guys on. Was because Bill Kelleher, he said something, he posted something like you guys are his favorite band now.
Yeah, we saw that. It blew our minds. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, very unexpected.
That's awesome. Did you guys? And I think I saw a picture of you guys hanging out with them in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He came up to the show the other night with Palaces at the Star Bar, and afterward we went back to his place and hung out, and it's just super cool, man. He was like the greatest guy ever.
Oh man, that's awesome. He was on the show too. He was my moonshot.
Hey, I'm Bill Kelleher from the band
And
Mastodon,
almost
and you're
stopped
watching
doing the show after that because I'm like, that's it. That's who I wanted. That was the
I don't
pinnacle.
I don't blame you. That's cool.
Yeah, he was awesome. But yeah, that was also what kind of led me to you guys. I'm like, oh, if Bill likes it, I'm definitely gonna check it out. And then that's all I've been listening to all month. It's been great. In fact, I'm glad that we kind of reschedule a couple times just because it gave me more time to really listen to Guilt Shrine. And I get to know it more.
That's awesome.
But you guys are from Knoxville, Tennessee. You're familiar with Ben Eller. That's who I think of immediately when I think of Knoxville.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just finish a tour and part of that was with Palaces?
No, we just played just like a weekend with Palaces just this past weekend. And I can't remember, what did we do before that, Josh?
We sort of had a summer tour booked, and then a lot of the dates sort of fell apart.
Mm-hmm.
But we were able to salvage like the last, I think, 3 shows of that. And that's actually how we ended up meeting those guys was when we had booked that show at the Earl down in Atlanta.
Nice.
I can't remember the guy that runs the Earl. I can't remember his name right now. It's escaping me, but he had recommended them, and when I checked them out on Bandcamp, I was like, "Whoa, these guys are awesome! Like, this would be a great fit. Let's do it." And then when we played with them, we just really hit it off. Kind of seemed like sort of kindred spirits. So
Yeah, that was early June, I remember.
yeah,
I just love those guys, and I love the music too. I didn't make the comparison. Actually, Ben Eller made this comparison. I don't know if you ever listened to Car Bomb.
yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I thought I'd never heard of Car Bomb. My head's been in the sand or whatever. But I listened to him after he said that, and I could see there's a lot of similarities with Palaces and Car Bomb.
Yeah,
I love it though. I love those guys. I love their music. We just became great friends, and they even sent me rough cuts of the new album to like listen to and give feedback. And man, I just love it. I think their next album, I'm not sure, maybe you guys know their next album. I know Bill's producing it, and it's been a long time coming, but I'm not sure they have a date yet. I don't know if you guys heard anything.
They said early next year, sometime early next year, but they have to send it off again. Maybe it's being mastered right now.
That's right. Yeah, I think so.
It is. Yeah.
Sounds great though. Yeah, we got to hear it the other night at Bill's house. Sounds.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the record's awesome.
I'm gonna keep talking about Guilt Shrine, but that's 20. Not that it was that long ago, but it was 2024. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Like almost exactly a year ago. Like a year ago in August 20th.
Yeah.
Have you been working on anything for the next album? Next album?
I mean, we have like bits and pieces of things that we need to kind of piece together, but I mean, there's always like ideas laying around.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to doing that though, because that's our favorite part, is like just being creative together in a room and seeing what happens.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet each other?
Oh man, I've known Josh for 22, 23 years, something like that, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Just in the Knoxville scene, man. Like in the early 2000s, it was a great scene, and like everybody was just kind of tight and close, and you kind of just knew everybody. And you know, he played in local bands, I played in local bands, and we played shows together, and just, you know,
Sort of ended up playing together. Yeah. I still remember the first time I saw Billy play drums. Like he was saying, I was at a show at a skate park, and I was like, I know everyone in this room, but I don't know that guy, and he is incredible. I was like, I am going to start a band with that guy. And then it was like, 2 years later or something, there we are,
That's cool. So how long ago when you saw him play at the skate park?
That would have been 2002. No, 2001 or 2 or something like that.
probably. Mm-hmm.
So you guys have been at it. You guys, has it same lineup since then? Since you became Generation of Vipers?
No.
No?
No, the first 5 years was a different lineup, different bass player, Courtney.
Yeah.
I kind of look at it almost like, I mean, it's the same band, but like it's just, it's completely different, really. I don't know. The first couple releases are like longer songs, more post-metal-y, I guess. But when Travis joined, it kind of became the sound that we are today. Like, that's the way I look at it. And Guilt Shrine is the third record we've done with him, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And Travis also recorded our first few records, so he's kind of always been sort of, even though he wasn't playing in the band, he was kind of in the band, sort of, so to speak. It was like a silent member. So he's always been in the picture.
And I haven't gotten to your guys' older stuff. I definitely will eventually get there. I love how all the instruments shine on Guilt Shrine. It's kind of hard to say. I love, sometimes it's easy to drown out the bass and stuff, especially with metal music. But I feel like the bass has definitely a leading role in a lot of the either parts or songs, which is pretty cool. And you guys all shine on that. Like I already told you about that riff. It just destroys me into the wilderness. I mean, and there's tons of awesome guitar. That's just the one that just kills me every time. And now for you, Billy, it's that there's a lot of great drum moments, but what stands out is Elijah, the beginning of Elijah. It's almost like it's I don't know how you get is it like a roll tom, a tom roll in the mix of the beat itself is something that might be like a normal beat, but you put in that tom roll in there or something. I don't know if that's the right way to say it.
What, during the intro, like the beginning?
Yeah, the intro drumming.
Yeah, it's kind of like triplets between the right hand, left hand, and the kick drum, and then just like it just repeats. It's like a cyclical thing.
Yeah,
I like doing that, kind of like repeating patterns that just kind of become hypnotic after a while, and then we all of a sudden just stop and then shift into something else.
I know you guys don't know me, but I mean, I just feel like there's an amazing. I gotta go listen to the older stuff too, but there's really just something really special about this album. There's a spirit behind it that's like, I don't know. It's not. If you listen to a lot of metal, it can really sound very similar, right? I mean, and this just has something like very special about it. I don't know what you want to call it, like personality or a spirit behind it. Do you guys feel that same way when you finished it?
Honestly, I did. Like I've never been more proud of anything ever that we've done, man. Like it just felt really special. I don't know. And it sounds, I really love the production on it. And I don't know. It's just, yeah. So far, I guess that's like what you want, is like each record to be your favorite,
Yeah.
Ideally, but yeah, this one's for sure my favorite.
I don't know if I had that feeling when we finished it, but I knew that I felt like I was happy with what we've made. I didn't really have any expectation if anyone would ever listen to it.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong.
But I really liked it.
Yeah, I never have those expectations. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we liked it.
If you start worrying about if other people like it, I think that's where you might start getting into trouble and whatnot with expectations, I guess. But I feel like all the guys, like Mastodon's a great example. I feel like they're always writing for themselves, and then if it catches on, it catches on. And I know that can be maybe not an easy road in this business, but and then maybe you never know what's going to catch on. But it definitely caught on with me.
Oh yeah.
Is there an overarching theme of the album that you guys can speak to, or is it just individual songs, just like a regular album, or would you say there's any concepts behind it?
I don't know if there's necessarily like a concept behind it, but I think there's like an overarching theme of just like dealing with grief in your adulthood, and like a lot of the songs are just about trying to deal with, I got sober from alcohol 5 years ago. That's been a huge adjustment for me. And just like learning to live my life differently, learning to look at things differently. I think a lot of the songs kind of center around just that introspection that comes with that clarity, and that, just that general overarching theme, I think kind of like informs the whole record. But then, like a song like Elijah, like you mentioned, like that song doesn't have anything to do with that necessarily. It's more about like, I mean, that's literally about someone I grew up with, and it kind of is more about like generational trauma and that kind of stuff. So it's really just, I guess, if there was like a theme to the whole thing, it would be just deep introspection, soul searching, coming to terms with loss, especially like as an adult in a modern world, that kind of thing.
You know, a lyric that comes to mind that I wanted to ask you about, is it on Elijah? I don't remember what song, but it's like, your shadow, I see it crawl into me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's from Joyless Grails.
Oh, Joyless. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because that sounds like it could be a metaphor for generational trauma, but I could be wrong. I don't want to read too much into it.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like sort of battling with that part of yourself. Like, I think everyone always has a light and a dark side to them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just that it kind of touches on the idea of battling with that darkness that we all have, especially when you're someone that deals with any kind of substance abuse problems. I think those lines get blurred sometimes when you don't have that clarity.
Is it a sober band, or is that just your journey and everybody kind of does their own thing?
That's more just my journey. But I mean, I know Travis doesn't drink or anything, but
yeah, I mean, I'm not sober. I mean, but I don't really drink that much either. Like,
yeah,
I may have a beer every 2 or 3 weeks. I mean, it's just like, yeah, I don't know. I haven't like made a conscious effort to just not drink. I just don't really have the desire to.
it probably never an issue for you, right?
No.
I committed to a year. I haven't drank since December 28th last year, so I'm almost through a year. And it was more of a challenge. I did feel it was getting in the way. It wasn't getting in the way of things that I was doing. It was getting in the way of things I wanted to do. Is kind of that's been my journey with it. But it's interesting what you said earlier. There's a lot of things I didn't expect to face that I think I normally would have. That would have been a trip to the bar.
Yeah.
And that's been interesting and somewhat painful at times. But it's been such a great experience for me this last year. I just feel like a superpower. I don't know why I would go back. Like, if I think about drinking right now, I feel like being lazy. Like, I associate with like laziness and lethargy and and a fuzzy brain where I want to be focused up here and ambitious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's great, man. By the way,
congratulations.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I think I had some inspiration from Atlanta, some Atlanta bands. There's a lot of, I was surprised. Like, Atlanta, to me, it's like a perfect, you say we all have light and dark. Atlanta is like this great city of light and darkness. Maybe all cities are, where there's lots of drugs, a lot of boozing, a lot of alcoholism, and yet there seems to be as equally as many people who quit all that stuff that are still in the metal scene, and that have been on this show that I think have inspired me as well. I can name some of those bands. I don't know how familiar you are with the other guys down there. There's a big scene.
Not a whole lot. We actually, for whatever reason, we have not played Atlanta a whole lot of times in our career as a band.
Mm-hmm.
A small handful. Well, until I guess really kind of recently.
Yeah, I know.
The Star Bar is great. So I go about twice a year, and like I feel like all my great friends are there. For some reason, that's just how it worked out. But Star Bar is legendary. The Earl too is legendary. I've never seen a show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, both places are awesome. Sounds really good in both places. I like both of those clubs for sure.
Did you come across? There's also 529.
Yeah, we played there before.
Do you know Jay Crash and Sid Howell? That unless you played there before they took ownership, there's some guys that bought the bar about a year ago.
Yeah, it would have been before that. I don't remember if you remember, Billy. Like last time we played there, it's probably been like 9 or 10 years ago or something. Last time we played at 529.
Okay, I don't remember that one.
How far is Knoxville from Atlanta?
3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's not too bad.
not too bad.
Where else have you? Where else did you play with Palaces this last go around recently?
We basically like did a show swap. Like we played with them up here in Johnson City, and then down in Atlanta. We just did the 2 shows.
I kind of just want to get into all of it. Like, do you guys have a practice space? Is it someone's house? Or is it a rental? You rent it out?
Yeah, we have a practice space studio in Johnson City, Travis. Like we share it with a bunch of bands up there, and it's just we were in the same place for like almost 20 years, and just recently had to move. But the new place is.
I think it's better.
I think it's better. It's smaller. It's a little bit smaller, but it just looks like it's just tailor made for that. You know, the previous tenants used it for, a studio practice space, and it just, super nice.
Yeah.
Did you guys record Guilt Shrine there?
We recorded that in Salem, Massachusetts, with Kurt Ballou at God City.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I feel like I should know that name. Who's Kurt Ballou? Is that famous? Someone famous?
I mean, in our scene, he is like, he plays guitar in Converge, records a lot of bands.
He's done a ton of records.
Yeah.
I mean, probably over 1,000, I'm sure. almost any like heavy. I feel like High on Fire, Cave In. I mean, tons and tons of heavy bands.
I'm sure I've heard that name. I can't figure out where I heard it, but I'm sure it had something to do with folks he's played with or recorded with. That's cool. Did you guys have a chance to go to Ember City when you're down in Atlanta?
No, unfortunately not.
That's a treat. That's kind of the same deal. Bunch of rooms, bunch of bands, rented out. You probably heard about this, but they have their studio there, Mastodon, where they record most of their stuff with Tom Tapley, another great engineer, producer. I don't know what the right term is. I'm trying to get him on the show too. That's been hopefully one of these days.
Cool.
I'm not sure I know what to talk to him about. I don't really know any. I wouldn't know any. I don't want to talk about sound. I just know when it sounds good, which this album does, man. It's so bright and crunchy, and it hits all the right spots. What was the album before Guilt Shrine? How long ago was that?
There was like a 10-year gap between the previous record. Yeah, so that one, Coffin Wisdom, came out in 2014. I mean, it was like almost exactly 10 years. Pretty long gap.
Yeah, I think that happens. And what is what's the ambition these days? I mean, where do you want to take this? Are there opportunities you're seeing? I mean, it's pretty awesome that Bill Kelleher loves the album. I'm assuming he loves Guilt Shrine. I don't know. Maybe he loves the older stuff, but how do you take some of that? I don't know if you want to call that momentum or whatnot. And is it are your ambitions higher with this great music, and is it getting traction?
I mean, it does feel like we've gotten more attention from this record than anything else we've ever done. And we've been a band since 2004, so 21 years at this point. And we've done a bunch of touring, toured Europe. And I think these days, Billy has a family, kids, and we're all busy and adults and stuff. And we're just, I don't know. I guess to answer your question, I mean, I think our ambition is just to do as much as we are able to. The schedule's permitting. We've got a show up in Buffalo in December. We're trying to do another show around that. So, I mean, we're just trying to get out as much as we can and do what we can with our schedules. We did have a tour this summer that was going to go up through the Northeast and Canada and back, and that kind of fell apart. So hopefully maybe next year we'll be able to do something to fill in those shows we missed.
Going on what he said, just doing as much as we can realistically. Like I like the quality over quantity approach. You know what I mean? Like do cool things in like a concentrated burst instead of like, hopping in the van for a month. I can't do that anymore, unfortunately.
If playing shows to 3 people for no money, it's kind of at this point in our career, it's kind of like, well, why are we doing this?
Exactly. Yeah. You just kind of got to weigh the pros and cons of things. And, if we get offered cool shows, we'll do everything in our power to do as many as we can. But yeah, like playing, tiny shows at the same club every month, to the same people, or like you said, 3 or 4 people is just not time well spent at this point. I want to get into new territory and just do what we can.
I feel like the grind for a band these days can be different and maybe less arduous. Not to keep bringing up Mastodon, but they're my favorite band, so maybe I will keep bringing them up. But it's not. I don't know if it's like that anymore. They're in the van in the fart box, and they're going playing in front of 3 people and every show they can get their hands on. But with technology and all how it's developed in social media, I wonder if it's really just getting the music in front of the right people to, like Bill Kelleher listening to it and loving it and posting about it. I wonder if that's enough. And then maybe you can be picky about, like you were saying, about the shows you want to do,
Yeah. And I do agree with you on that. And I will say, we hadn't put out a record in 10 years. And I think now that we're kind of like back in it again, to me, feels very, very different. We've been toiling in obscurity for forever until it seems like when this record came out, it was like, whoa, like people like our band. This is weird, it's strange. So we're just kind of trying to roll with it. And, if cool opportunities come our way, like Billy said, we'll definitely do whatever we can to try to make it happen.
Yeah, that's great. I think that's the right attitude. Yeah, I don't know if it's just. It sounds like it's not just special to me. But I think it's like just, magical. And it just gives you. I don't know. It's striking some kind of chord. Something I didn't know I needed.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
If we can
that's how we feel about it too.
Yeah.
It's definitely a selfish endeavor. Just like we want to express ourselves.
I would assume that, not that I'm a what do they call it, a bellwether, weather vane, necessarily, but I'm sure it's doing it with other people too. So, but yeah, I'm wondering if that's how it can happen, and then it's more like, then it's a different game, right? Which is also not be that fun. Like Palaces, we talk a lot, me and JB or Steve, or even Eric. Eric did our website, actually.
Cool.
He's very talented. Like I don't know if I can share this stuff. I think so. I'll keep it vague maybe. But they're talking about the social media game or the Spotify game. Or maybe it's Apple Music. I listen to you guys on Apple Music. But how do you work to get like more streams and all that stuff? I don't know if that's something you guys think about. I think as an artist, it's probably the last thing you want to have to think about. But there seems to be a correlation. If there's success without having to do all the touring to 3 people audience, that there's a savviness that comes in handy if you're savvy with the Spotify and with the social media and all that stuff. What's your guys' experience been with that?
Well, yeah, I agree with you. When we put out the last record, 10 years ago, or at this point, 11 years ago, it was totally different environment, like social media, it was there, but it wasn't like the priority.
Yeah.
And now it's like, it just seems like everything is like social media, like you said, and like, trying to post as much content as you can. Like you're basically just a content creator that plays music on the side, if you really want to succeed, I feel like.
Mm.
And we're not great at that, but we're trying to be more out there on social media and trying to learn that a little more, because we were kind of bad in the past about just never posting stuff because we didn't really think of it like that,
Well, it's sort of like there's nothing very artistic about that part, right? So it's probably not very gratifying.
It was a little bit scummy sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I didn't get into a band to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is a necessary evil, unfortunately.
Well, it's a weird thing too. I mean, if you're just doing it for your own satisfaction as artists and just to create, then maybe there's really no. I mean, maybe there's no point in doing it. But I guess if you want to, I mean, I think part of being a creator, and not all the time, but part of it, you want people to see it or you want people to hear it, and then, but doing that piece, I think it's not the same magic that an artist would feel when they're actually creating music,
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's like it's just a tool to hopefully reach more people. That's the way I look at it. It's not I enjoy doing it, but I want people to hear our band. And
you guys have a fan, like a really big fan that's savvy with that stuff? Passionate fans, sometimes they want to give something back, not that you want to use them, but like, if they want to, it might make them feel good to give something back, and maybe they have some talents in those areas,
For sure. Yeah, I wouldn't turn that down if anyone offered.
Yeah. We're used to doing everything ourselves, so like that's, if someone like you said came along and offered that, I'd be like, okay.
Speaking of art, how'd you come up with a cover for Guilt Shrine?
Well, we Grady Gordon is the name of the artist that did the artwork for the record. He's out in New Mexico, and I think Travis had stumbled upon him a few years ago, and we both just really loved his art and just his style. And I had reached out to him about doing some stuff with us, and he was on board, and so we were sort of tossing back and forth ideas, and he generated one piece for us that was based on a conversation we had, like just in that visual idea I had, which is like on the back cover of the record. And then the front cover was something he had already completed, and I just saw it and I was like, that's the cover. Like that like it fits in with the lyrics, and it's striking, and it's like that's what we want. And so we sought him out, and he was really stoked about working with us, and so that's kind of how that came about.
That's cool.
Yeah, we love his artwork is incredible. And his I think his handle on Instagram is Joaquin Dead, like the name Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, nice.
His artwork is incredible, and he does this. His art is I guess it's what you would call monotype prints. So he does everything with ink on these like acrylic plates. And so every print he makes, it's just a one-off, and that's it. Like I own the originals of the artwork on our record, and it's like the only print in existence of those. So the impermanence of that method also kind of speaks to me, because I just think it's interesting, and it's also kind of I don't know, it just makes it more unique.
Yeah, no, that's cool. So it's the is it the same? The print, you said it's like a plate, like that's killer. So you could make shirts, and can you make shirts from it too?
Oh,
or does
no,
that just go back to digital?
that would just go back to digital. But like he actually, creates these on the plate and then transfers it to paper. And so once it's transferred, that's it.
Yeah.
And
that's interesting.
the method of doing that, these little imperfections and the way the ink transfers to the paper, and it's just like a way more tactile way of making a print, and it kind of adds a lot of character to it.
That's been one of my favorite things about this channel, like this Radical Metal, that emblem. That was a artist, and here too, I guess, an artist down in Atlanta. You might have ran into him, Jim Bob Cooter, also AKA.
That name sounds familiar. Yeah.
Jim Bob Cooter Jr. He does all the like if there's festivals in Atlanta for where that Palaces will probably be playing at, or one of the many bands in that, or many of the bands down that scene will be playing at. Chances are he's done the artwork for the poster, and he does it for a lot of the bands. And did this, which I thought was killer. We have a merch store that we're not big enough to have a merch store, to be honest, but it was easy to stand one up where you can put your logo on almost anything, like a water bottle or whatnot, and they pay it goes through the place, and that they print it and ship it out, and basically you don't have to be the middleman for the money. You just get whatever the difference is from the price you post and how much it costs them to.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of like a print on demand sort of service.
Yeah, and it seemed very convenient, and I was excited to stand it up, but it's just they've been very disappointing and taking a very long time to deliver things when people order them. But I was thinking about buying my own like embroidery machine to do these hats and shirts, but they're like, cheapest one's like $10,000, so it'd be
that's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I think I need more subscribers for that. Well, cool, guys. Hey, was there anything I didn't ask you that you wish I would have asked you?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, we're not used to doing interviews really, so we're not probably great at it. So
you're awesome. You guys are great. I think there's gonna be a lot of people excited to see this. I've been real excited to have you guys on. I can't wait to post it. So normally what happens is so I send this to my editor, and then he'll put bells and whistles on it. And the other thing too is it cool if I use footage of you guys? Palaces has been sending me video from when they played with you recently.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I appreciate you guys' time, especially on a Sunday, and I know football started. So I don't know if you're into that, but my Raiders don't play till 4, so I was okay with it. Hey, well, maybe I'll meet you guys one of these days. But it was really nice to meet you virtually in the meantime.
Likewise, man. Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. Yeah, thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, I really appreciate your time. I love the music. I thank you so much for producing something that has been so valuable to me. I really hope it catches on. I don't know why it wouldn't. And hopefully maybe we play a small part in that, spreading the Guilt Shrine gospel, the generation of Vipers gospel.
Yeah, man. Everything helps.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm a
thank
big
you.
fan. Yeah. So it'll be my pleasure. And thanks again, guys.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah.
All right, brother. All right. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.